Stay tuned for the Carlshop Show.
2 full hours of banjo music.
Oh no, not banjo music.
Here in England, we don't allow banjo music. That's why we exiled all the banjo players to America.
This is Bureaucrat calling from Washington, D.C., the Office of Official Studies, where we study everything under the sun and then some, has released its latest findings. It has been determined that listening to bluegrass music is very detrimental. It can lead to tobacco chewing and excessive clogging. In a related study, it was shown that listening to banjo music from an early age results in stunted growth and lengthy prison sentences later in life. Therefore, the Official Studies Committee has labeled the Carlshop Show as hazardous to your health. Warning stickers must be placed on the show immediately. I always knew there's something wrong with that banjo music.
From historic Goldfield, Nevada, it's the Carlshop Show. Hot pickin' and sweet harmony, plus some great comedy. My name is Carl Brownfield, and for the next 2 hours, sit back and relax and let me entertain you right here on KGFN, the voice of the Old West.
So let's just leave it at that.
All right, we're back. Oh, it's nice to be back doing a live show here tonight. Welcome to the Carlshop Show. And this is episode number 150, almost in a row. Hey, we're going to kick off this show just like we usually do with a great number from Alaska's Hobo Jim, where the legends are born.
In the caribou tundra, in the wild barren land, on the fierce Arctic ice where the polar bears stand, where the trail of the Eskimo hunter is worn. This is the country where legends are born, where the northern lights blaze above a cold Arctic haze, and caribou come to an old shaman's drum. In saloons and in dance halls they talked of the gold. There were stories of fortune, stories of cold. The trail of the weary gold miner is worn. This is the country where legends are born, where they measured a man by the gold in his hand, the speed of his gun, or the dogs he would run. They came here to settle, to build a new land. In her mountains and valleys, in their cabins they stand. The trail of the hardy homesteader is worn. This is the country where legends are born. These fields you see now were broke by their plow, and their children have grown to build homes of their own. And in the caribou tundra, in the wild barren land, on the fierce Arctic ice where the polar bear stands, where the trail of the Eskimo hunter is worn. Ah, this is the country where legends are born.
Yeah, isn't that good? I really like that guy. All right, hey, we got a great show this week lined up. I have a great couple coming in here in just a few minutes, and we're going to have a wonderful time. But before we get to that, I want to play this one. I got this album from, actually through my friend Gene Frost, and this guy is a phenomenal singer, Robert Thornton Kent. And he writes and sings his own music and other people's music, and he is just great. And I want to introduce him with this one, Boot of Blue, Robert Thornton Kent.
Well, it's been many a mile that I've roamed, and now I think I'm heading home. If that train she run far, I'll be back with the morning star. Back to the place where I was born. Back to the place where I was born. And I know love doesn't mean a man belongs, but I always knew my rights from my wrongs. I thought you loved me best, and I guess you know the rest. And all the reasons why I'm gone, and all the reasons why I'm gone. But I ain't saying you are to blame. I'll forget you on that evening train. My love for you was true, but I was born with a boot of blue. Now I ride them rails back from where I came. Ride those rails back from where I came. Kept roaming around from place to place, and you know I'm still looking for your face. Once knew where I was bound, but a true love never found. And I guess my life's only been a waste. Guess my life has only been a waste. So it's been many a mile that I've roamed, and now I think I'm heading home. If that train she run right, I'll be back before the light. Back to the place where I was born. Back to the place where I was born.
I want to welcome my special guests tonight here on the Carlshop Show, Morgan Hale and her significant other, Alan. Alon. Is it Alon or Alan?
Alon.
Alon. Yeah. All right. Morgan, where are you from originally?
Well, originally I'm from Altus, Oklahoma. I was born in Altus.
I know exactly where Alta, Oklahoma is.
How do you know where Altus is?
Because I spent a year at Fort Sill.
No kidding.
In the Vietnam era. And went from there to Vietnam. However, you don't speak with an Oklahoma accent.
No, that's because I've spent the greater portion of my life traveling around to different places. My mother was in the Air Force, and so I traveled around quite a bit.
So you're a military brat.
I am totally a military brat.
When did you start getting a real keen interest in music?
I've always, ever since I was small, in kindergarten, I would get tucked out in the hallway because I'd start singing in the middle of class after I'd done all my coloring.
Great.
Yeah,
And-
I was a total problem child.
All right. And Morgan, when did you start learning to play the guitar?
I started learning to play guitar about 7 years ago.
Okay.
When my father passed away, he gifted me this guitar that I have here, and I never could find the patience to learn how to do it because it takes a lot of dedication.
It does.
And finally, when he passed away, I had some extra inspiration to learn how to play.
Well, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful guitar that you have. And who is the man who made that?
It's a Michael Kelly Studio Firefly. So
Michael Kelly.
yeah,
And he made that, and where is he out of?
he's out of Palm Harbor, Florida.
Palm Harbor, Florida. Okay. Very cool. Now, do you write most of your music, or do you cover other artists' songs?
I do some covers. I am a songwriter, so I write a lot of my own pieces. I spent some time in Nashville, though, so I'm practically a human jukebox at this point as well.
Sure. Yeah, you have to do that to make a living sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, you're going to play a song for us here on the Carlshop Show, and you're going to play several songs, I'm hoping.
Yeah,
and we're sure glad that you stopped by here at the KGFN studios in beautiful Goldfield, Nevada. And what would you like to play first?
Well, I think this first song that I'm going to play for you, Alone and I have a friend named Andy Devlin who passed away very, very recently. He was very, very dear to us and is a big inspiration for this trip and this project that we're working on that I'll talk about a little bit more after I play this song for you. But this is a song that I wrote for him, and it's kind of a bit of an inspiration for everybody and just sort of a really nice song. It doesn't really have like a designated name yet.
No title yet?
We've been calling it Starmite, but I think we can do better.
Okay. Starmite. This is Morgan Hale.
Travel the road on searching for a truth that we all feel inside. Sometimes the way is dark and all we can ever do is feel the climb and fall of the ride. And along the way we find a light to ride beside for a little while that teaches us we burn brighter with a smile. Short, it passes by in the blink of even the brightest of eyes. From the dust into the stars, the only thing that's left of yours and mine is the legacy we leave behind. Caught up in the search and find ourselves, we forget we're all stars alive. And all I know is when I leave this time, I'm gonna light the world for my to be thankful for all of the stars that fell to the earth to light my way. The greatest gift I have to give of love and words, I can honestly say, keep on shining when you can't see the way. Keep on burning when you lose the light of day. A time on earth is short, it passes by in the blink of even the brightest of eyes. From the dust into the stars, the only thing that's left of yours and mine is a legacy we leave behind. Caught up in the search about ourselves, we forget we're all stars alive.
Wow. Wow, you have a great voice. You have a very, very good voice, and you play well.
Thank you.
You play well. How long have you been out on the road?
Well, for this trip, this is only day 2 for this trip, but
Okay.
I've spent quite a bit of time on the road, pretty much since my father passed away back in 2008. I just kind of started traveling and going everywhere that I could go. I went from Chicago to Arizona to St. Louis to Yellowstone National Park and worked there for a few years, and then
What did you do in Yellowstone?
I was a wrangler.
You were a wrangler.
Yeah, so I took guided horseback tours.
How
And
cool is
chased
that?
buffalo and
That
tried
is
not
so
to.
neat.
Yeah. Oh, it was so much fun. It was really great. I definitely experienced the real Wild West, and it
Yes.
still exists very much. It's
Yeah.
still
Did you play
alive.
music in Yellowstone when you were
I
there?
sure did. We had these cowboy cookouts that we did every single night, where we would take about 250 people into the backcountry and serve them unlimited amount of steak and potatoes and all kinds of tasty things. And we had a cowboy singer that quit halfway through my first season there. And because I'd played at campfires and stuff, my boss came up to me one morning and she said, "Cowboy Bob quit. You're the new cowboy singer."
You're,
Really? Okay.
you're the new cowboy Bobette.
You are the new Cowboy Bob, and you have to sing campfire songs. And I was like, well, I don't know any campfire songs.
Yes.
And so I had to write a song really fast to play that sounded kind of like a campfire song.
Sure.
And let me get this tuned right quick. But so I wrote this song about Yellowstone.
Okay.
And it's kind of a campfire. It's not really a campfire song at all, but it was the closest I could get.
It's as close to the campfire as you wanted to get, right?
I was playing covers by Beyonce at the time, so to switch gears into campfire music was a little difficult.
Yes.
So I went outside one morning and I sat on the old picnic table, which is where our smoking section was in the corral, and I sat there and I was watching the horses sleep, and I just sat down and tried to write a song that sounded like a cowboy song.
Okay.
You want me to play it for you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Morgan Hale and her cowboy song.
And the cowboy song. Let's see here.
Look at these mountains, prettier than the sea. Here on these prairies, can I find the words to speak, to tell you how it moves me as faithfully she goes. A sense of home blows through me like she knows this Yellowstone. Saddle up them horses, let's go for a ride. Daylight's waning and we're only wasting time. Steady as she goes now, boys, drive them wagons right. Turn 'em west, let's get a move on before we lose the light over Yellowstone. From the top of the mountain as the eagle flies, the western wind blows through here, bringing a new sunrise. And the light gives us the time to roam, find a way around these hills. But as the sun sinks in the sky, it brings a quiet chill over Yellowstone. Oh, Yellowstone, oh. Now the sun is setting, blazing in the sky. I hear these western stars of a yellow star. Of a yellow star. Look at these mountains, prettier than the sea.
Oh, that was just great. That was just great. Who were some of your biggest influences in music?
Well, at the beginning, my bigger influences were probably Mariah Carey, Vanessa Williams, a lot of the belters, because I've always had a really, really big voice.
Right.
And then as I grew older, I listened to everything. I went through, I think, every single musical stage imaginable, from punk rock to rock and roll to pop music to R&B. And then my dad really got me into Norah Jones and Alison Krauss and Union Station, and really, really did a job of introducing me to bluegrass music, which pretty heavily influences my sound a lot, I think.
Yeah, it's a folk, traditional, I call it Americana roots music, which is pretty much what KGFN is all about.
Well, I came to the right place, huh?
Yes, you did. you certainly did. All right. Well, you do such a phenomenal job. Now, if the people are listening out there, how can they find your music?
Well, the easiest way to find my music right now is to... you can either go to soundcloud.com. I often upload like backyard recordings that I'll do, and you can listen to them for free on SoundCloud. Okay. I also have a ReverbNation.com. So if you go to www.reverbnation.com and you look up Morgan Hale, you can. I have 2 songs for free download right now if you want them. There's No Bad Days, which is one of my songs, and then that song I played for my friend Andy.
Okay.
Is also up there for free download. Right now, a good time to follow if anyone's on Facebook is to look me up on Facebook, and feel free to add me, and you can add Vision as well. Alon, he's under Alon Atlanta, but we have a project together called Planting Seeds on Highway 40.
Okay, tell us about that.
Okay, so actually I think I might pull my friend in here to tell you about that, because he's a much better speaker if you can get through the Israeli accent.
That sounds great. Let's see, where we at here? You know what? We have to go to a short break, and we're going to come back from the break, and we'll have Alon,
there you go,
here, and he's going to tell us all about your planting seeds on Highway 40.
Perfect.
All right. Sounds great. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Carlshop Show right here on KGFN in beautiful Goldfield, Nevada.
A portion of this programming is brought to you by the generous support of
Atom Splash,
a Nevada-based company dedicated to providing wireless broadband internet service to all rural Nevadans. Currently serving communities from Las Vegas to Hawthorne, their goal is to make wireless broadband available to even the most remote households. For more information, they can be reached at 1-877-268-0157 and on the web at www.antower.com.
Support for KGFN Radio Goldfield Broadcasting comes to us from a generous donation of Central Nevada Hardware, located on Main Street in downtown Tonopah, providers of hardware, tools, and building materials. For more information, they can be reached at 775-482-9996. All of us here at KGFN want to thank Charlie Pike and his whole family for their continued support.
How y'all done? This Tumblebee Weed here, telling you you're listening to KGFN in Goldfield, Nevada. Voted #1 station by the boroughs of Nevada. Only boroughs who responded to our survey were counted. Error factor plus or minus 100%. All boroughs who were polled were voting age. Oh, okay. Don't you just hate it when a fast-talking announcer rattles off all the junk in the lawyer's disclaimer? Anyway, if all the boroughs love our station, you will too.
This portion of tonight's program is brought to you by Reincarnation Milk, the milk from dead cows. Also by Colon Blow, the cereal with more fiber than razor blades.
And on the seventh day God rested, and the devil saw an opening and invented the banjo.
Hi, this is Steve Spurgeon, and you're listening to the Carlshop Show on KGFN, Goldfield, Nevada.
All right, we're back on the Carlshop Show, and we're here with Morgan Hale, and I've been calling you Alon, and you're going by a different name now, are you not?
Yeah, we say formerly, artist formerly known as Vision.
Okay. All right, I'm going to turn your microphone up there just a little bit. How's that? That'll be better. All right, kind of pull the microphone over towards you guys if you could a little bit. There you go. All right. Now tell me about your project. And it's Morgan and Vision now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and you must have a vision. What's your vision?
I have many different visions, but in this one we break the vision to something very feasible. And
okay.
We pack our Wisdomobile, which is 1973 Dodge Winnebago.
Right.
We packed it pretty much with all of our life. For the past 2 years, I've been living in Reno, and Morgan, also known as Jumper, came here to Reno, and over there we have a Burner Hotel. Are you familiar with Burning Man at all?
Yes.
Cool. So for those that are not familiar with Burning Man, look it up. And
okay.
It's a lot to know, but like with a few words, it's a big artist and music and community event happening once a year in the Nevada desert.
Yes.
And for the past 2 years, we created a new establishment in downtown Reno, right down on 4th Street. It's called the Morris Burner Hotel.
Okay.
And I got to be in the right place with the right people and the right ideas in mind, and I ended up running the hotel for the past 2 years. And pretty much shaping this old 1928 hotel into a community gathering space that got to host people from all over the world and really inspiring and influence a lot of other people from all over with the goal of creating a better future. And after doing it for the past 2 years, looking for the future project to do, I'm heading down to Atlanta, Georgia. I was planning on driving my RV down there. And a few minutes before leaving Reno, when I say few minutes, I mean few weeks.
Few weeks, yes.
Yeah. Morgan Jumper jumped in and say, what do you think about me joining you to the trip? And I said, that's a great idea, because we are a great team. We've been a great team for the past 6-7 months now.
Uh-huh.
So we got my RV, again, the 1973 Dodge Winnebago.
And I've seen it, and it is very well painted up, I might add.
Yeah. We took it to our build space in Reno called the Generator, and we pretty much repainted it and recreated it from the inside, outside, underneath, and above, and made it the Wisdomobile. Now is the Gypsy Mustache Wagon.
The Gypsy
Mustache Wagon.
Master's Wagon.
Mustache.
Oh, Mustache Wagon.
Yeah.
Gypsy Mustache Wagon. Okay.
That's exactly it. And we build it up in a way like in Burning Man as a theme camp, and we are carrying all of our stuff, all of our colors and art supplies and games and everything that we have that will keep us happy. We're taking it on the road, and every city that we are arriving, we are opening it all out, and we're inviting everyone to come and hang out with us. And we want to stop in as many cities as possible along the road. And we chose the Interstate 40.
Okay.
And we are driving super slow. Again, it's an old machine.
Yes.
And about 3 or 4 hours a day of driving and stopping for a day or 2 or 3 in each one of those spaces. And we want to meet with as many people as possible. We want to be in media coverage as much as possible.
Okay.
So people will see what we are doing and probably will get inspired to do something ambitious on their own time.
Yes.
You know?
Ambitious. Do you know what that means?
No.
That's because we just made it up.
Yeah, we did
last
it
week.
Ambitious.
Ambitious.
Yep. Well, the way that it happened was we were painting the back of the RV, and our friend Kat said that Vision needed to proliferate on a work of art, and then 20 minutes later he comes back and he says, "Is that ambitious enough?" And we looked at each other and we're like, we're not sure that that's actually a word in the dictionary, but it is now.
Yep.
So now it's
Umbuctuous. Umbuctuous or umbuctuous?
Ambactuous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's to take
I
something.
like that. Yeah, that's a nice word.
Yeah, and you can use it in your life, and you can actually act it in your life. So you're taking something that is simple task, right?
Yes.
And you accomplish the task very, very simply after a few minutes.
Yes.
And then you take in the extra few minutes, usually longer than what it took you to actually solve it, and you're just making it better. So now there is another term that's called top level. So you make things to be the best you possibly can, and then you're doing a little bit extra on top of that, and it's become umbuctuous. It's like the top of your potential.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it already. Now your particular job, or if you will, your motion in life is what? Art?
I can say yes, art. My art form, it's people, community development. It's my form of art.
Okay, is that your educational background?
Not at all. Education background was business and economy.
Okay.
And before I moved into Reno, I lived in Atlanta, Georgia for the past 4 years. And I created a big company, a locksmith company.
Locksmith?
Yep.
Okay.
And I retired when I turned 27, and I gave it to my partners, and I started following my dream, making my art. And my education got to be learned in Burning Man. For the past 6-7 years, I've been going to Burning Man.
Okay.
And in between those Burning Man event in Nevada, I discovered about Burning Man event all over the world. And
yes.
That's what I've been doing. I've been traveling from one to the other, and I helped to establish those in many different countries and states. And while we are doing it, help running it and learning every single department of how this operation is working.
Yes.
And taking old knowledge from the Israeli training that I had, and understanding that we learned in history lessons when I was young in Israel, and taking this mindset, of kibbutz mindset, which is like a communal living.
Yes.
And thinking how can we combine the two? How can we take this communal living and we take this 1 week in a desert that we all have a great time, and we are making it one, making this wonderful time in the desert in everyday life. And it sounds super ambiguous, right?
Yes.
If it was 2 years ago, I will have this conversation. I will say, I'm not really sure how exactly we're going to do it, and it sounds like a great, exciting idea, but we will see, and I'll talk to you in a year or two. But this year or two passed, and right now we are sitting here in your radio station, and we have the actual formula of how to make it happen. And that's what we took, this formula of how to make it happen and how to build Burning Man life in every day, in full year. And we shorten it, and we wrote it in a different way, and we add color to it, and we painted 1973 Dodge Winnebago with it.
Okay.
And we took it on the road. So now every place that we are coming, we call the project Planting Seeds on Highway 40.
That is fantastic. And how do you feel about this, Morgan?
I'm really, really excited about it. When I first got to Reno, I actually met Vision in Tennessee at a regional Burning Man event in Tennessee.
Okay.
That was where I first met him. And I just immediately saw the vision and appreciated it and knew that it would work and knew that I wanted to help with it. And so I dropped everything in Tennessee and moved to Reno to help with the Morris Berner Hotel. And for the last, 6 or 7 months, I was the volunteer coordinator for the project, so I was in charge of locating people to do all of the things.
Right.
Which there's a lot of things.
There are a lot of things.
Yes.
In any music festival that I've ever been involved with, bluegrass festivals specifically, there's just hundreds of things that need to be done.
Yes.
And have to be done for the protection of the attendees and for the success of the festival itself. And so I totally understand where you're coming from in this. Now, we don't have a lot of time left, but I want to get you back on the guitar here. So you want to come back over and set up, and we're going to play a couple of songs more before you have to leave.
That sounds perfect.
Okay, we're set up here, and Morgan, you're going to play an old Martin guitar that I brought out here. So you're going to be playing my old Martin on this, and we're going to give a little test out, see how it sounds. I just put some new strings on it the other day. And what is the song you're going to play?
This song is called No Bad Days.
No bad days.
No bad days. I don't believe in bad days. So I'm pretty excited to listen to it on this guitar. This is fantastic. This is such a luxury right now. Let's see here.
What are you doing? There's nothing but to watch it all pass by in front of you. How do you let it go, let it go, let it go on without you knowing the truth? What do you say at the end of the day when you know that you've been lied to? Well, it's never too late to go dancing in the rain. No bad days, gotta let it go, just walk away. Say no bad days for me. 'Cause I won't waste my energy fighting for what doesn't set me free. No bad days for me. What do you do when your mind's wanna lose? 'Cause it's too much to do in the day got away from you. How do you turn around when relief can't be found? You're still searching for that higher truth. What do you say when you don't get your way? 'Cause someone thinks you can't do what you came to. Say who the hell are they to rain on your parade? No bad days, gotta let it go, just walk away. Say no bad days for me. 'Cause I won't waste my energy fighting for what doesn't set me free. No bad days for me. We're only here for a limited time, so do what I want while I'm on this roller coaster ride. I throw my hands in the air to see if I fly. I'm not afraid, keep my eyes open wide and reach the other side. Living on learning, on crashing, on burning, on use every breath I have to live. That is until I breathe my last. No bad days, gotta let it go, just walk away. Say no bad days for me. 'Cause I won't waste my energy fighting for what doesn't set me free. No bad days for me. I'm gonna shake it all off and dance it all out. Cause a stampede to shake the ground. I'll make the mountains sing with me beneath my feet. They say no bad days for me. Yeah. Oh, not for me.
Wow. That was just great. Yeah, that was fantastic. All right. Well, no bad days.
No bad days. I don't
Man,
believe in them.
you know what? I haven't had a bad day in a long time. Have
That
you?
means you're doing it right. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. We got time for one more song. Morgan, one more song. And I want to thank you very, very much for getting a hold of me and for stopping here at KGFN and doing a little live studio set for all of our listeners out there in Radio Land, and we have many in many countries. Last I checked, we were being listened to by people in 23 countries.
Wow, that's insane.
It's phenomenal. You know, well, good things. You know, good music and good radio travels wide.
Absolutely.
Everybody can turn on the radio and turn to a commercial pop station that plays whatever Nashville dictates.
Right.
You know, but it's pretty hard to find. You got to look for a really good radio station that plays the stuff that really matters.
Absolutely, and I really appreciate being able to be here. I have a thing for history, and I have a thing for the Old West, and so Goldfield Radio seemed pretty appropriate.
We are the voice of the Old West. All right, what are you going to play for us for a last song?
For a last song, you know, I have a question for you, because, you know, I do play some covers, and I've played a lot of my songs, but I know that there's a lot of fans for Johnny Cash and Janis Joplin in this area, and I can do both, so I'm going to let you decide. Would you like to hear Johnny Cash or Janis Joplin?
Janis Joplin. I'd like to hear, because you have a very similar voice.
All right.
You've been told that before, I'm sure.
A couple times, yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. So here's some Janis Joplin for Goldfield Radio.
Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rains. Rode us all the way into New Orleans. Well, I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues, yeah.
That's phenomenal. Thank you very, very much, Morgan. And thank you, Alon, for both of you for coming by the KGFN studios and doing this little mini concert. We want to wish you the very, very best in your travels. Please tell all your friends about KGFN.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
great. And please come back and see us next time you're coming through.
I promise.
We're right on the highway.
Right on the highway. You can't
Yes, we are. And you have my connect information at this point, so it's all good. Hey, we are kind of behind. We got to go to a break right now, and we'll be back with more of the Carlshop Show right after this.
Support for KGFN Radio Goldfield Broadcasting comes to us by the generous donation from Barbarossa and Bear, located on U.S. Highway 95 at 5th Avenue in downtown Goldfield, Nevada. Providers of vintage wear and collectibles. For more information, they can be reached at 775-485-3472. All of us here at KGFN want to thank Dave and Jeff for their continued support. Support for KGFN Radio Goldfield Broadcasting comes to us by a generous donation from El Marquis Mexican Restaurant, located at 548 North Main Street in downtown Tonopah. Providers of authentic Mexican food and your favorite cocktails. For more information, they can be reached at 775-482-3885. All of us here at KGFM want to thank Pablo and all their staff at the El Marquis for their continued support.
KGFN is pleased to announce the vacancy on our award-winning weather team has been filled. We want to thank everyone who has submitted a demo tape. While they were all in all very good, we are going back to the past, as Grandma Gertie has decided to come out of retirement. As you may know, Grandma Gertie was forced to retire from the weather team due to health reasons. However, she has gone to a new doctor over in California.
My doctor gave me a prescription weed card.
And she has recently returned from a month-long stay in Colorado. She reports her arthritis is better, her glaucoma much improved, and her various aches and pains not bothering her nearly as much as they did. So welcome back, Grandma.
Oh, wow. Dude, it's like awesome, man. It's weather.
Well, hi, this is John Malcolm Penn, and you're listening to The Carlshop Show on KGFN 89.1 in Goldfield, Nevada.
We're back. Wasn't that a great interview and great little concert? Oh, Morgan Hale is just killer. She's got a great voice. Hey, here's a little something that Don Heath put together just for me this week.
Salomon, take 'em. We are the International Society Against Banjos, that's ISAB, and we are involved in a jihad against all banjo players and all banjo music. In particular, we have issued a fat one against your station for playing banjo music. If you don't quit, you will all be sent to hell.
And on the seventh day, God rested.
And the devil saw an opening and invented the banjo.
When my time on earth is over, if I should fly to that sweet home of the angels up above, to all my earthly pleasures I will bid goodbye, but I'll miss that gospel bluegrass that I love. So gather round and raise your blessed voices and enjoy that gospel bluegrass while you live. It's hard to find a banjo player up in heaven. There's some things even Jesus won't forgive. chorus swells of harps and bells awaiting. In heaven I'll hear Gabriel's trumpet blow. But I am reassured to know that Satan has lots of work for banjo players down below. Voices and enjoy that gospel bluegrass while you live. It's hard to find a banjo player up in heaven. There's some things even Jesus won't forgive. There's some things even Jesus won't forgive.
Hello, KGFN, the voice of the Old West. This is Jimmy Joe Snotbowl. How can I help you? Hold on, I'm just here rearranging the music library. I don't take complaints. Oh, okay. I'll pass your complaint along. What? Too much bluegrass music? Too much banjo music? You need to talk to Tumblebee Weed. He ain't got a phone. Crazy people. I don't know good music when I hear it. The station ain't more shows like the Carlshop Show. I just don't know what they was thinking.
Here you go, Jimmy. Peter Feldman. One of my favorites. Sail away, ladies.
My new house done.
Sail away, ladies, sail away.
Get my old one to my son.
Sail away, ladies, sail away.
Don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o. Grieve and cry.
Sail away, ladies, sail away.
You'll be an angel by and by.
Sail away, ladies, sail away.
Don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o.
Sail away.
We'll go back to Tennessee.
Sail away, ladies, sail away.
Don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o, don't you rock 'em, daddy-o.
great? All right. Oh, it's really nice to be back doing a live show again. Last week I went actually over to an old gold mining town, silver mining town is what it was, and I saw a Doug Haywood play, and he was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to play one of the songs he played at the Old Thompson Opera House in downtown Pioche, Nevada. Stopped on our way over there at the Little Alien on the extraterrestrial highway, had breakfast there. It was wonderful. Talked with the owner at length, and she is just as sweet as they come. If you get in that area or have an occasion to go to the Little Alien, be sure and tell them you heard about it on KGFN. They're just really great people, and they have really great food and lots of alien artifacts. Here's Doug Haywood, Ding Dong Howdy.
I pulled into Cowtown this Saturday night, and a little bitty boy watched me putting up the lights to my medicine wagon and my seeing all screen. Said it was the best thing he ever had seen. He said, "What you doing?" Told him abracadab. He said, "What's your name?" Said, "It's Ding Dong Howdy. The best old time that you ever gonna have is a ding dong howdy and a abracadab. Oh, abracadab. Oh, ding dong howdy. The best old time that you're ever gonna have is a ding dong howdy and a abracadab." I started up my show and I'd sold about a case of my homebrew whips, and I was looking in the face of a fat old sheriff with a wax mustache. Showed me his badge and he took away my cash. He said, "What you doing?" Told him abracadab. He said, "What's your name?" Said, "It's Ding Dong Howdy. The best old time that you ever gonna have is a ding dong howdy and a abracadab. Oh, abracadab. Oh, ding dong howdy. The best old time that you're ever gonna have is a ding dong howdy and a abracadab." They're heating up tar and they've brought along feathers. I said, "Wait a minute, people, I can even change the weather." So I reached in my wagon and presented them a cane, pointed to the heavens and it started pouring rain. They said, "How'd you do that?" Said, "It's abracadab." They said, "How'd you do that?" Said, "It's ding dong howdy. The best old time that you're ever gonna have is a ding dong howdy and a abracadab. Oh, abracadab. Oh, ding dong howdy. The best old time that you're ever gonna have is ding dong howdy and a abracadab." Yes, it is.
All right, isn't that great? Hey, you're listening to the Carlshop Show on KGFN. We just got a big rain today. It's 56 degrees outside. I'm looking in those very dirty hotel windows across the street, the old Goldfield Hotel that they say is so haunted. And I haven't seen anything move yet.
This is John Malcolm Penn, and you're listening to KGFN 89.1 in Goldfield, Nevada.
Support for KGFN Radio Goldfield Broadcasting comes to us by a generous donation from the Santa Fe Saloon and Motel, located on 5th Avenue in downtown Goldfield, Nevada, home of the meanest bartender in Nevada. Providers of an Old West saloon continuously operated since 1905. For more information, they can be reached at 775-485-3431. All of us here at KGFN want to thank Laurel and the Santa Fe Saloon for their continued support.
Attention, here is Tumblebee Weed with an important announcement.
How y'all done? This message is for our overseas listeners. We now have thousands of people in other countries listening to us on the internet at www.kgfn.org, but we ain't seen but a couple of donations from them. So if you're listening anywhere in the world and haven't made a donation, your internet will be cut off in 5, 4, 3...
Hold it, Tumbleweed. You can't do that. Donations to our station are not required to listen to it.
Well, okay. Then I just want to remind you folks overseas there that we only stay on the air through donations to our nonprofit station. So if you enjoy the music and shows we put on, please send us a small donation. If all y'all send in €1 or the equivalent, that would help keep us on the air. So please donate. In order to get us money, Leon the Weatherboro is threatening to take an online course in how to pick pockets, and we don't want him to end up in jail. Please donate to KGFN. At Tumblebee Weed with an announcement. I'm pushing for the No Name Show and also at least one more show to be designated banjo-free zones. In other words, no banjo music. Also, no mandolins, no dobros, no lutes, no balalaikas, no sitars, and especially no zithers. And I don't even know what a zither is.
All of us here at KGFN want to thank John Donovan, a great supporter of our broadcasting, for his generous donation of much-needed radio broadcast equipment that will improve our broadcast capabilities and improve our station greatly. Thank you, John.
Hi, this is Steve Spurgeon, and you're listening to the Carlshop Show on KGFN, Goldfield, Nevada.
Yes, you are. Here's a little something from Ken Graydon. I just love this.
George's life was nothing special. It was missing zip and zing, and he couldn't seem to change it, though he tried most everything. Though he hungered for excitement and for adventure, he was keen. From one day to the next, he knew unvarying routine. Till one day, on a weekend, George headed for the park, hoping that he'd find some comfort in the singing of a lark, when he spotted Chili Cook-Off on a banner by the gate. And Georgie shuffled in to a meeting with his fate. He wandered half enchanted through the booths around the lake with signs that read explosive, unstable, do not shake, incendiary, dangerous, a threat to life and limb. On the spot, our George made up his mind. This was for him. Now, with his newfound purpose, George's life was a delight as he fiddled with his pots and kettles deep into the night, stirring herbs and oils and tinctures in his gurgling, hissing mess, as he sought for the ingredient that would give the perfect zest. He'd ruined several kettles by the time he got it down. Some were cracked, some corroded, some just melted down. But at last he had his recipe, and his soul was now on fire, for to win a chili cook-off had become his one desire. So he mailed an application, and he finally got it back to learn he'd earned booth 22 at the local Greyhound track for the city's champion cooker, who would bear the city's name to the state fair in November and on to certain fame. George was there, and he was ready. He was eager, he was hot as he stirred cayenne and curry to the beef there in the pot, and liniment and kerosene and ginger bark, of course, and pinches of those substances that gave it greater force. There were envelopes, packages, and vials with pungent fumes, all measured very carefully, midst little snaps and booms, all timed to the arrival of the official taster who approached and dipped a sample of the fulminating brew. He gripped the smoking ladle and he raised it to his lips, and it seemed that thunder sounded as he took that fateful sip, for at that crucial moment, George's propane stove let go, left the judge a crumpled heap on the 32nd row. As the screams subsided, they raised him to his feet, wiped the chili from his eyes, and helped him to a seat. A smile quite beatific upon his countenance there grew, as he said, "That's my idea of what chili ought to do." Now George has won his trophy, but he finds he cannot rest. He has another challenge. He's got a brand new quest. With just 2 weeks till state fair time, he's got a heavy load. He's working on a foolproof way to make that stove explode.
I love that one. That is a great poem. Hey, I got this in the mail from my friend, actually. Byron Berline gave it to Jane Frost, said, "Hey, send this to Carl out at KGFN. It's brand spanking new album. It's called Swingin' with the Byron Berline Band." And there's a lot of B's in that, isn't there? Hey, and this one's called 4 or 5 Times. Love this song. Swing time.
Here's one that you can participate in. 4 or 5 times.
Maybe tonight I'm doing things right 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times. And maybe outside. Maybe outside. And maybe I'll cry. Maybe I'll cry. But if I die, I'm gonna try 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times. You don't need day Ellie wheel away go. Hand to hand we roll. 4 or 5 times. You don't need day yo. Hey, wheel away yo. Handy how do we go? 4 or 5 times. Yeah. Oh, bowl up Dave could only see you now. Brother Fish right there, neighbor. Hot, 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 4 or 5 times.
John Malcolm Penn, and here's the story behind my song, Pony Express. A California newspaper help wanted ad in 1860 said the following: Wanted, young, skinny, wiry fellas, not over 18, must be expert riders, willing to risk death daily. Orphans preferred. Now what young man could turn that down? Now this song is presented with banjo and guitar representing the horse and rider, and it puts you in Sam Hamilton's saddle as he makes the historic first eastbound run. Imagine waiting in the cold sleet for a ferry running 3 hours late and taking the mail satchel and heading across the state at top gallop in total darkness. Here's Pony Express. The first rider on the maiden run, got my satchel, knife, and gun. Riding through the rain and mud. My name's Sam Hamilton, the first rider on the maiden run. I'll put my horses to the test, riding for the Pony Express. It's 3:15 and I'm running late. In the darkness I await. Delta steamer comes, I hope, waiting on the antelope. Now the steamer's here and I'm off in a flash. Through the rain and mud I dash. Can't rest, I've got to ride. Mile count is 75. On this April 4th, I'll say for all to hear, 1860 is the year. Folsom to Placerville, Hangman's, yes I will remount, and then I'm gone. I'll make Sportsman's Hall by dawn. Well, now my ride is done. Hand off to Warren Upson, second rider to the test. Riding for the Pony Express. It's cold, sleet turns to snow. Up the western slope he goes. Yeah, we passed the test. First riders for the Pony Express.
I love that song, Pony Express, John Malcolm Penn. Boy, I've been really, really busy here the last few weeks. Been out of town last weekend, and during the week this week, I was in Carson City and saw my great friends Steve and Vicky Spurgeon, and had dinner with them. It was quite a treat for me quite an honor and a treat. Had great food, had a lot of fun, and hello out there. I know he's down in Arizona, I think, right now playing a gig at a bluegrass festival if it's not raining. But anyway, here's one of Steve's really, really good songs he's done a number of years back, and it's just one of my favorites of his, Sweet Sunny South.
Take me back to the place where I first saw the light, to the sweet sunny south. Take me home, where the mockingbird sang me to sleep in the night. Oh, why was I tempted to roam? And I think with regret of the dear home I've left, of the warm hearts that sheltered me there, of my wife and my family of whom I'm bereft. For the old place again do I sigh. Take me back to the place where the orange trees grow, to my home in the evergreen shade, where the flowers from the river's green margin did grow, and spread their sweet scent through the glade. To our cottage, they say, has grown green, and the place is quite lonely around. And I know that the faces and the forms that I loved now lie neath the cold mossy ground. Take me back to the place where my little ones sleep, for Martha lies buried close by, o'er the graves of my loved ones I long for to weep, and among them to rest when I die. And yet I'll return to the place of my birth, for the children have played round the door, and I know that no matter how long I may live, they will echo their footsteps no more.
All right. Great song. Hey, you're listening to the Carlshop Show right here at KGFN in beautiful Goldfield, Nevada, where it is a balmy 55 degrees outside, but it's not raining anymore, I'm proud to say. Be right back. Support for KGFN Radio Goldfield Broadcasting comes to us by a generous donation from Hidden Treasures Trading Company, located on Bellevue at Oasis, 1 block west of US 95 in Goldfield, Nevada. Providers of antiques from the early days of Goldfield, also gems, rocks, and fossils. For more information, they can be reached at 775-485-3761. All of us here at Radio Goldfield want to thank Brian Smalley for his continued support.
This Fred Q. Bombast, attorney at law. If you or a loved one have been harmed by listening to the Carlshop Show, call me immediately and get in on our class action lawsuit. We will win big bucks for you. So call me at 1-800-555-SUE. That's 1-800-555-SUE. 1-800-555-SUE.
Support for KGFN Radio Goldfield Broadcasting comes to us by a generous donation from M&K Enterprises, located at 750 North Main in Tonopah, Nevada. Providers of porta potties, septic tank pumping, and potable water delivery. For more information, they can be reached at 775-482-6841. All of us here at KGFN want to thank M&K Enterprises for their continued support. Support for KGFN Broadcasting comes to us from Telly and Caroline, the new owners of the historic Cook Bank Building on Columbia Avenue in downtown Goldfield. Their passion of preserving our Old West history is very much appreciated, and so is their generous donation to KGFN. Thank you, Telly and Caroline.
All you damn fools, it's a life that we've chosen. We make the rules. We're the teamsters who haul to Mojave.
Hey, Tumbleweed, what's going on? I'm a little upset. Why is that? Well, this morning, me and that burro was out front of the station having our first beer of the day when this car with California plate stops and this guy comes over and asks if I'm the one that's trying to get the banjo music off our station. And I said, that's me. And he handed me a couple of pages with a list of music to replace the banjos with. And I started reading, and it said Lawrence Welk, Vic Damone, ABBA, Barry Como, the Chipmunks and the Chipettes, Percy Faith, Annette Funicello, and that's as far as I got because I shot him. Well, you can't do that. You're going to be in trouble now, Tumbleweed. Well, my burro told me to do it. Oh, well, that's okay. That'll get you off in any court in rural Nevada.
Well, hi, this is John Malcolm Penn, and you're listening to The Carlshop Show on KGFN 89.1 in Goldfield, Nevada.
Oh, man, time's flying tonight. I got way more music than I have time to play it. Hey, here's another one from Byron Berline from his swingin' album, Bring It On Down to My House.
Yeah, bring it on down to my house, honey. There ain't nobody home but me. Fetch it on down to my house, baby. I need your company. The tomcat sitting on the railroad track, and he hollered at the mama cat. She answered back, hey, bring it on down to my house, honey. There ain't nobody home but me. Fetch it on down to my house, baby. I need your company. Say, old man, can you play a fiddle?
Yes, by golly, I can play a little.
Bring it on down to my house, honey. There ain't nobody home but me.
honey, there ain't nobody home but me. I need your company. You can shake it, you can break it, you can hang it on the wall, you can throw it at the window and I'll catch it for it fall. Bring it on down to my house, honey. There ain't nobody home but me.
Wow, baby. A purist global warming star said we should use less paper. When tending to hygienic needs, we should begin to taper our use of trees and bark and pulp and forests. Do not linger. Restrict yourself to one small sheet and, I quote, use your index finger. It soon became a global joke, although it lit the issue, but in hindsight, forgive the pun, cowboys rarely see a tissue. To prove my point, take Western art, replete with cowboy wrecks in landscapes big and beautiful. Were there any bright white flecks of paper in the sagebrush or adorning roundup scenes? Did Russell edit them all out? Or were cowboys so dang clean they never littered? Not even once? Now that I strongly doubt. They used what was available, the practical way out, which wasn't always pretty. Some things are rough and coarse, like willer limbs. You hold the ends and drag it back and forth. Or pine tree boughs to scoot along, all sticky dripping sap. Or shirt tails, accidentally. Or the fringes on your chaps. Iowegians have their corn cobs, Tennessee their cockleburs, Californians have exotic fruits that come in his and hers. Wyoming and Montana claim that sheep can oft suffice, and a farmer up in Utah said you can use a seagull twice. Oh, how I envy cowboys who live where there are trees, 'cause amongst the brush and prickly pear there dang sure ain't no leaves, so I'm reduced to horny toads and jagged sun-baked rocks. But there have been times, desperate times, I've rode home with no socks. And yes, I've used tortillas that I've found along the trail and rummaged in my pocket for a baby cottontail. Almost anything you think of, a cowboy's probably tried, though barbed wire fence and icicles might be hard to stay astride. We should give them carbon credits. For the Western artists show they leave no sign of paper sheets or Charmin in the snow. So we tip our hat to cowboys who deserve to get their due and be recognized as number one in the art of number two. This is Baxter Black from out there.
I love Baxter Black. He writes the best. Hey, here's Robert Thornton Kent with another one of his great, great songs. Goodbye.
Remember holding on to you, and all the lonely nights I put you through. Well, somewhere in there I know I made you cry. But I can't remember if we said goodbye. But I recall all those nights down in Mexico, place I may never go in my life again. Was I just out there getting way too high? I can't remember if we said goodbye. Around here every now and then. Like the soft breezes blowing up from the Caribbean. Most Novembers I break down and cry. But I can't remember if we said goodbye. But I recall all those nights down in Mexico. One place I may never go in my life again. Was I just out there getting way too high? I can't remember if we said goodbye.
Oh man, he's good. He's really good. Hey, here's one from Kelly Moore, our friend that plays the great pedal steel. Panhandle Rag. Isn't that great? Oh, I think that's great. Hey, we got time for one quick one before our last break of the evening. Here's Ronnie Bowman, Four-Wheel Drive. I like the song.
I've got a four-wheel drive and I'm gonna take a ride down the back roads to the country in the Southland right away. Those city girls are fine, but I'd rather have mine. So I'm loading up, heading out, and I'm leaving right away. If I should find out that she will be gone, I think that I'll hide out till she comes back home. So fine, and the longer I stay away, the more I need her so. I'm on my way home, for she's waiting all alone. I'm headed for the country in the Southland right away. If I should find out that she will be gone, I think that I'll hide out till she comes back home. Should find out that she will be gone, I think that I'll hide out till she comes back home. I've got a four-wheel drive and I'm gonna take a ride down the back roads to the country in the Southland right away. Those city girls are fine, but I'd rather have mine. So I'm loading up, heading out, and I'm leaving right away. Yes, I'm loading up, heading out, and I'm leaving right away.
Oh, yeah. Ronnie Bowman, Four-Wheel Drive. That was great. Hey, we got to take our last little break. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Carlshop Show from Goldfield, Nevada. Support for KGFN Radio Goldfield Broadcasting comes to us by a generous donation from the Santa Fe Saloon and Motel, located on 5th Avenue in downtown Goldfield, Nevada, home of the meanest bartender in Nevada. Providers of an Old West saloon continuously operated since 1905. For more information, they can be reached at 775-485-3431. All of us here at KGFN want to thank Laurel and the Santa Fe Saloon for their continued support. Support for KGFN Radio Goldfield Broadcasting comes to us by a generous donation from Robert Glennon, attorney at law, provider of legal assistance in the areas of trusts, probate, civil, or family law. For more information, he can be reached at 775-485-6364. All of us here at KGFN want to thank Bob Glennon for his continued support.
Hey y'all, I'm Luke.
I'm Lester.
Inviting y'all to come on in to Luke
and Lester's
Roadkill Cafe
and Bait Shop,
featuring succulent Cajun specials nightly, such as Creole Crow, Blackened Cat with red beans and lice, and poached possum.
And squirrel. We got lots of squirrel. They be knocking them dead out there on I-19.
You kill it, we grill it at Luke
and Lester's
Roadkill Cafe
and Bait Shop.
Yeah, you just follow your nose. We're number 3 Dumont Street, 7 miles upwind from the health department.
That's right. We got squirrels.
Hello, that's Radio Goldfield.
Yes, I represent a big corporate sponsor from a major industrial conglomerate in a vast sprawling metropolis, and I'd like to buy advertising airtime on your station so that once you are reliant on the income, my client can decide what you get to play by threatening to withdraw their funding if you disagree.
Sorry, we're a non-profit station and get all of our funding from people and businesses in our area.
But don't you want vast sums of money at your disposal, enabling you to reach millions of people in a much wider listening area?
We're already heard all around the world since we stream 24/7 at kgfn.org. So the answer is no, don't call again either.
KGFN, playing music and shows without corporate interference.
Well, hi, this is John Malcolm Penn, and you're listening to the Carlshop Show on KGFN 89.1 in Goldfield, Nevada.
Mr. Heath brought me some music here a week or so ago. Can't remember what day. It was a busy day. And I had never heard of this gal before, Lucinda Williams. And these were recorded back in 1978. And the title of this track is Ramblin' on My Mind.
I got rambling on my mind. Little boy, I got rambling on my mind. I hate to leave you, baby, but you treat me so unkind. I got mean things on my mind. I got mean things on my mind. I hate to leave you, baby, but you treat me so unkind. I'm gonna pack up my bags, I'm gonna leave in the morning train. I'm gonna pack up my bags, I'm gonna leave in the morning train. I hate to hear, baby, when you call me so-and-so's name. I'm going down to the station, catch a fastest mail train I see. I'm going down to the station, catch a fastest mail train I see. I got the blues for Mrs. So-and-so, he ain't got the blues about me. Well, there's one thing, baby, makes me begin to dream. The way you treat me, baby, now I begin to think. Rambling on my mind. I hate to leave you, baby, but you treat me so unkind. I got rambling on my mind. I got rambling, I got rambling on my mind. I hate to leave you, baby, but you treat me so unkind.
When I was growing up, word got out that the best coon hunter in the world was a fellow that lived at East Macomb, Mississippi.
Jerry
And we done
Flower.
sent him word by the mail rider, there ain't no coon dog in the world good as Highball. Don't you ever say or tell nobody that there is. We don't believe it none. Well, we got us up a little contest. They said, yeah, this feller will catch more coons on a night's hunt than y'all will. Well, he come driving up in his pickup truck to East Fork School. That's where we met. Fella let the end gate down on one of them pickups, and there was a cage, and sitting up in the back of that pickup was a big brown monkey. Marcel said, whoo, look, don't let that thing out. Said, he looks, said, keep him in there. Said, he looks too much like folks to be getting out of there. You leave him up in that pickup truck. Fella said, y'all don't understand. I use a dog with the monkey. I just want one good tree dog, and I'll show you how to catch more raccoons. The hides are expensive. And I make a good living with that monkey, coon hunting. Marcel said, I ain't taking my dog with that trashy thing. Clovis said, I'll take old June and we'll go. So all of us followed, and old June hadn't gone very far, and she treed. Now, any coon hunter will know that sometimes a raccoon will get up in a tree and he'll tap the tree, go out on a limb and jump into another tree, go out on a limb and jump into another one, and come down way out yonder. Well, that's the art of being a good coon dog. You circle around, make for sure he ain't tapped the tree, and he's up there if you say he's there. Well, old June treed to turn that monkey loose, had him on a chain, and people, he had a flashlight in his left hand and a pistol in his right hand. And up that tree he went, boogity, 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 right up that tree, went all over the tree, shining that light, and had that gun, looking everywhere, out on each limb, shining, shining, shining. And what he did, he find the coon and shoot him, and the coon falls out. Well, he hadn't found no coon. Down the tree he come. Thumb cocked that pistol, put it up to old June's head, Clovis's dog, and said, boom, just killed him. Graveyard dead right there. Clovis said, man, what in the world do you mean? That trashy thing has killed my dog. And the fellow what owned the monkey said, Clovis, there ain't but one thing that monkey hates worse than a raccoon, and that's a lying coon dog.
Who is it?
It's me, Dave, man. Open up, I got the stuff.
Who?
It's Dave, man. Open up. I think the cops saw me come in here.
Who is it?
It's Dave, man. Will you open up? I got the stuff with me.
Who?
Dave, man. Open up.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave. Come on, man. Open up. I think the cops saw me.
Dave's not here.
No, man. I'm Dave, man. Hey, come on, man.
Who is it?
It's Dave, man. Will you open up? I got the stuff with
Who?
me. Dave, man. Open up.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Dave's not here.
No, man. I am Dave, man.
The new American Pie song.
Time ago, we used to get our food homegrown, and toothpaste used to make you smile. It used to be you'd shop with ease, never eating antifreeze. You planned to keep on living quite a while. But now our goods are all delivered from somewhere on the Yangtze River. No one knows the source there, so you might find some horsehair. But if corporations make a buck, they don't give a flying Peking duck. And with this system we get stuck today. It makes you sigh. Now when you buy an American pie, your grandma didn't bake it, it was made in Shanghai, where they engineered the apples to be juicy, not dry. But the crust is made of cardboard and lye. Don't feed it to your dog, he might die. Now did you eat a tasty cake, and did it make your stomach ache? I could have said I told you so. And reason you are looking wan is some guy took bribes in Szechuan, so you just bit into Little Debbie's toe. And now the toys you bought from Fisher Price have toxins deemed unsafe for mice, and Elmo tends to wheeze 'cause he's laced with PCBs. But all my problems seem so far when I see my cheap new DVR. I'll even brush my teeth with tar, and you will see that I'll buy from some young guy. I drive a Chevy and it's heavy, but the price is too high. Soon $20 will buy a car from Shanghai, and honey, that'll be the day we all die.
Oh, the new American Pie song. Hey, we got time for one more from Robert Thornton Kent. Spanish is a loving tongue.
Well, Spanish is a loving tongue, soft as music, light as spray. There was a girl I learned it from, living down Sonora way. Now I don't look much like a lover, still I say her love words over. Mostly when I'm all alone. Mi amor, mi corazón. Well, on those nights when I would ride, she would listen for my spurs, throw her big door open wide, raise those Spanish eyes of hers. And how the hours would get to flying, all too soon I'd hear her sighing in her little sorry tone. Mi amor, mi corazón. Seen her since that night. I can't cross the line, you know. They want me for a gambling fight. Like or not, it's better so. Yet I always sort of missed her since that last sad night I kissed her. Lost my heart, I left her wrong. Adios, mi corazón. Well, I lost my heart, I left her wrong. Adios, mi corazón.
I hate to say it, but it's time to go. It's been a fun show. 2 hours went just like that. And I wish I had 2 more to play more music. It was just great. But I'll be back next week. And next week I'm going to have 2 old friends from back in my Minnesota days when I used to be in the movie theater business. And these gentlemen grew up around my movie theaters and worked for me, and they're just great people. Be proud to present them on the Carlshop Show next week. Meantime, keep the greasy side down and have a great one, and tell your friends about KGFN and the Carlshop Show. We appreciate it a lot. And send us some money if you have some. We can always use a little bit of your dough. And keep these light bulbs and things, and we always need to get more equipment. So anyway, till next week, folks, we'll see you then. Bye.